Good afternoon, my viewers, and how has it been? How is everything? I am welcoming you back to our online Power Academic by one and only your colleague, your son, your facilitator, Oginni Ayoola. Quickly this morning, or let me say today, I'll be sharing with us about substations and substation equipment, substation accessories. It's going to be a series for us because I may not be able to finish everything today because of our time, but I have a time limit, so I need to just work it. But today I'll be talking about substations and some of the substation equipment and accessories. Then we'll now build on it in our next class. Fasten your seatbelt and let us just move. So what is a substation? I said a substation is just the assembly of an electrical equipment that is meant for voltage transformations. I told us in one of our last lecture that the difference between substations and switchyard. I said substations is where a voltage transformation occur. When I'm using transformation, whereby you step up or step down a voltage. You know, when we're talking about transformers, we have some that step down from 330 to 132, from let's say 132 to 33, and the rest like that one. So anywhere you see a transformer where voltage transformation occur, that's what we call substations. And there's so many equipment, there's so many apparatus that make all these things for smooth operations that make them to work. So, and like I said, a switchyard is where there's no substations, but we carry out our switches. But I'm not going to that today. I'm not talking about substations. And we have different types of substations. We have about 3 categories that I will be speaking to before I name all the accessories you see at the substations. So there are some that I jotted here. I said ones, substations that are based on construction and installations. If you remember, sometimes I talk about the AIS and GIS. So those are the substations that are based on construction and installation. AIS means what? Air insulated substations. I'm not going to that, but I think in one of my lectures I'll speak to that before. I will talk about gas insulated substations. So those are the substations based on construction and installation. So we have some substations too that are based on voltage and functions. You know that I've said that one earlier, voltage and function. First one is that based on installations and construction. That is AIS and GIS, which is air insulated and gas insulated. While the one is based on voltage and function. So we have generation substations, injection substations, and we have distribution substations. I'm not going into details today. Maybe some other time I will lecture us on that. And while the last type is based on applications. So those ones we have about 6 of that I jotted down here. We have switching substations, we have traction substations, we have converter substations, we have both pole-mounted substations, and we have mobile substations, and we have mining substations. I'll go into the details very soon. So now we have about 3 categories of substations, like I said earlier. We have some that are based on construction and installation, some that are based on voltage and voltage like generation, transmission and distribution, and we have some that are based on applications. So now, and I want to mention some of our substation equipment and their functions. So what are they? Just follow me. Number 1, I said line and tower. For transmission of power and suitable for voltage, we use line. You know what they call line and towers. Those are the support structures that carry our substations accessories, like aluminum conductor. What will I call surge arrestor and lightning arrestor? They said it is used to divert over voltage surge due to lightning and switching ground. So now we have mentioned line and tower, talking about surge arrestors and lightning arrestor. We know what they do, and I've said it earlier. We have what we call current transformers. Those are part of the protections we have in our substations. What is the work of current transformer? Current transformer is what? To transform high current. To transform high current transformer, to transform what high current by making it for us to be able to see it on our meter. So current transformer is for metering, for control, and for protection, whereby the high current is being stepped down to a minimal current, whereby you can see on your dashboard. We have what we call voltage transformer. That one too does the same thing. We have potential transformer. It does the same thing like our current transformer, but this one now read voltage. Why current transformer read current? So it convert the high current, high voltage, high current or high voltage on our line to a minimal one. I told you, whether anywhere you have a voltage transformer, you know, we are talking about anything that what changes level of voltage from one level to the other. I talk about isolators too, to disconnect or connect circuit under no load on no load. That is what our accelerator does. We talk about outdoor circuit breaker. They work automatically. They are the one that we use to open our line in case for maintenance purpose or in case of any fault. Those are the breaker that will trip. We call them outdoor breakers. But there's one thing I saw again while I was doing my research. They said post insulator to provide insulation between bulbs and lighting. Earth switch to discharge trapped electrical charge in our line and what maintain out potential. That's our earth switch. And I talk about bus bars. You know what they call bus bars? Bus bars are the incoming and outgoing that connect both incomings and outgoing. Those are what bus bars. Talk about strain insulator to provide insulation between our conductor and our support system. And here there's something that caught my attention: captive voltage transformer (CVT). What's the name of this one and the power potential transformer? The difference is this CVT work with high voltage, about 220 kV volts, 330 kV volt, on like a nominal potential transformer that work with our normal 11,000 that we can use. So all these ones they are what for protection, or they have got protection to convert high voltage to a low voltage for a metering purpose, for control and whatever of the thing. So I talk about gantry as well. I talk about gantry. Gantry, these are the support structure used to carry the load of the capacitor. I think let us just end the class for today. You'll be able to learn something about substations, or where voltage transformer is, and you'll be able to learn about some of our accessories. Like I talk about post insulators, I talk about bus bars, talk about CVT, talk about potential transformer, current transformer, and the rest. While I talk about the categories of our substation, we have some based on construction, some based on voltage, while some are based on our functionality. So I think you've been able to learn something this morning. You can just listen to the message a little time and time again for us to have the knowledge of our substation. I told us anytime you learn something, don't be miser about it. Post it. Send it. Let people just hear about it from us. Your Power Minister is talking, and I say this afternoon, like it, share it, and comment about it. We'll see you at the other class. Thank you for listening to us. Bye.